is a child of the sunny and windy land, where the mango tree has become a symbol not only of nature, but also of life. For me, life revolves around vast mango gardens, tall mango trees with lush green foliage, and ripe, golden mangoes glistening in the sunlight. When I was young, I often followed my parents to the garden and watched them harvest mangoes. It is a job that requires care and patience, but is filled with joy when seeing baskets full of mangoes and fragrant ripe mangoes. I remember one time my father lifted me up on his shoulders so I could reach out and pick ripe mangoes from high branches. That was the first time I felt the sweet taste of labor. Those days were deeply engraved in my mind, making me love this job without realizing it. When I grew up, I decided to follow in my parents' footsteps and become a professional mango harvester. My job is not only to pick mangoes, but also to take care of and protect the trees, so that every mango season is a bountiful season. On the first day of work, I couldn't hide my excitement. Although I have been familiar with gardening since childhood, this time, my job is not simply to help my family, but is a real responsibility to the profession. I remember waking up when it was still dark, preparing everything carefully before leaving the house. When arriving at the garden, mango trees appear before your eyes like a small forest. Under the pale light of dawn, mangoes peek out from behind the foliage as if waiting. The work supervisor welcomed me with a kind smile. He has been doing this job for more than 10 years, and it was he who taught me the most basic techniques for harvesting mangoes. Your job today is to learn how to use a harvesting net, he said. You have to be careful not to damage the tree, but you also have to be quick to keep up with the schedule. I listened carefully to every word of his instructions. Using a net to pick mangoes is not as simple as I thought. Each mango tree is tall, and you need to know how to choose the angle and know the right force for the mango to fall into the net without being crushed. But I'm not discouraged. I know that to become a good worker, I need to practice and learn from experienced people like you. The first day ended. I was exhausted but full of excitement. I harvested quite a few mangoes, and although not all were perfect, Mr. Hung praised my efforts. From then on, I told myself to try harder so that every working day is better than yesterday. Harvesting mangoes requires skill and sophistication. Mango trees can be up to 15 meters tall, so picking the fruit is not just a matter of reaching out and getting it. We use long nets attached to bamboo sticks to reach the tallest mangoes. But not only that, you must know how to turn, avoid breaking branches, and especially not crushing the fruit. Daily work starts early in the morning, when the sky is still foggy. Everyone in my team usually starts at 5 a.m. when the air is still cool and the mango trees are not yet under harsh sunlight. We worked continuously until midday, when the sun was high and we needed to rest before continuing in the afternoon. Each harvested mango is carefully placed in a basket, then moved to the inspection area. Here, we gently prune the remaining small branches on the fruit, checking to see if any fruit has pests or diseases. Quality fruits will be loaded onto trucks for transport to the processing facility. Every day, I feel like I'm becoming more proficient, from choosing ripe mangoes to how to use a net quickly and effectively. This job, although simple from the outside, requires a lot of skill and patience. After harvesting, the work doesn't stop there. Mangoes must be transported immediately to the processing facility to ensure freshness. This is a process that requires precision and care. With just a small mistake, mangoes can be crushed or damaged during transportation. We use specialized trucks which have specially designed compartments to keep the mangoes from being jostled along the way. I often work with my team members to unload mango baskets from the garden onto the car. And during this process, we always have to make sure everything is stacked neatly, avoiding collisions. Bus trips often take several hours to reach the processing facility in the city. On the way, we often talk and share about life and work. Those are relaxing moments after a tiring morning of work. Upon arrival, staff at the facility will receive and inspect each basket of mangoes again. Our work seems to be over when the mangoes arrive safely, but in fact it is only the first step in a long process of bringing mangoes from the garden to consumers. The mango processing facility is where modern technology and traditional techniques come together to create high-quality mango products. I had the opportunity to participate in this process, and from there, I better understood the importance of each step in the processing process. After being brought to the facility, mangoes will be put into a sorting machine. This is an important step to ensure that only qualified mangoes can continue to be processed. The sorter works by gently rotating the mangoes on rollers while moving them forward. Mangoes that are not ripe or show signs of disease will be discarded right from this step. Mangoes that meet standards will be transferred to the washing machine. The mango washing machine uses high-pressure water to clean dirt and impurities from the surface. Sometimes I feel like I'm working in a car factory rather than an agricultural processing facility, because the process is very automated and professional. After washing, mangoes will be further processed depending on the purpose of production. Some fruits will be kept intact for packaging and sale fresh, but there are also fruits that will be transferred to deeper processing processes, such as making juice or freezing mangoes. Among mango products, mango juice is probably the favorite product of many people. The juice production process begins with selecting evenly ripe, blemish-free mangoes. After being inspected, these mangoes will be put into the juicer. The mango juicer is a modern piece of equipment capable of processing hundreds of mangoes per hour. But before pressing, mangoes must undergo heat treatment. This is a very important step to neutralize enzymes and bacteria that can cause product spoilage. The mango juice is then filtered through a fine mesh to remove pulp and impurities. After pressing, the mango juice will be homogenized to ensure no separation and retain the delicious flavor. This is a highly technical process requiring absolute precision. The mango juice is then packaged in glass bottles or cartons, ready to be shipped to the market. I always feel proud when I see bottles of mango juice sold on supermarket shelves, knowing that I contributed a small part in their creation. Frozen mango is an indispensable product in restaurants, eateries, or even in families. The process of processing frozen mango starts from cutting the mango into small, bite-sized pieces. This is a job that requires skill and precision because with just one small mistake, the mango pieces can be crushed or uneven. After cutting, the mango will be blanched in hot water to soften, then quickly transferred to the quick freezing process. This is an important step to ensure that the mango retains its color and flavor when it reaches the consumer. After being frozen, mangoes will be packaged in vacuum bags and then placed in cold storage for preservation. I always feel a sense of satisfaction when I see bags of frozen mangoes neatly stacked in warehouses, ready to be distributed to supermarkets and stores. Once the mango products are completed, we begin the final packaging stage. This is a very important step because with just a small mistake in this process, The product can be damaged during transportation. Each bottle of juice and each bag of frozen mangoes is carefully packaged and thoroughly inspected before being put into the shipping box. The boxes will then be loaded onto trucks, ready for distribution to retail locations. Our work ends when the trucks roll out of the processing facility. Only then can we rest and relax after a hard day's work. But I always feel a sense of pride knowing that my products will reach consumers, bringing joy and health to everyone. Working in the agricultural industry, especially the mango processing industry, I see clear changes every year. From manual harvesting methods, we have gradually switched to using modern technologies. New machines and equipment have made work easier, but at the same time, it also requires us to constantly learn to keep up with the times. I often wonder, how far will the mango industry develop in the future? Will there be new technologies born that will help increase productivity and product quality? And what role will I play in that development? I believe that no matter how much technology develops, dedication and passion for the profession are always the most important factors. Only when we put our whole heart into our work can we create truly valuable products. At the end of a working day, when I stood under the mango tree, looking at the ripe mangoes, I felt full of hope. I believe that, with constant efforts, I and other workers will continue to write beautiful stories about mango trees, about a profession that has been closely associated with our lives.